You might think that famous people get tired of being filmed, right? Following all the time and always flashing. But guess what? Some of them love it, even when it's not their time to shine. In fact, some stars like to appear in other people's pictures, even when they aren't asked to. Yes, they do it on purpose, and it's so funny. In today's video, let's look at some of the funniest, craziest, and most surprising photobombs of famous people. Sometimes, stars sneak up on other stars for fun, and sometimes they do it to be in shots with other stars. Let's jump right in. 1. Snoop Dogg busts a move on live TV. Snoop Dogg is known for being cool and having fun, and he didn't disappoint during a live TV broadcast. While a Canadian news reporter was filming a preview for the NBA All-Star Weekend, Snoop decided to make his own moment. Without warning, he danced right into the shot, stealing the attention of the reporter. It wasn't planned, but it was classic Snoop. He's got that laid-back style and big personality, so it didn't matter if the camera wasn't on him. He just couldn't resist showing off his moves. The reporter tried to keep going with the story, but Snoop was the star of that moment. It was one of those spontaneous and funny things that made everyone watching smile. Snoop proved once again that he knows how to make any situation more fun.
Is certainly there for what, where we're...
2. Mark Ruffalo loves Paul Rudd a lot. One funny and sweet moment stood out at a big Marvel event with lots of famous people. In this shot, Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk, looks at Paul Rudd, who plays Ant-Man, and smiles big. He looked so happy, like a big fan meeting his hero. Mark didn't hide it at all. He smiled and stared at Paul with wide eyes, like he couldn't believe he was right there. It wasn't a quick look. He looked really proud and happy to be there. There were laughs and sames from Paul Rudd fans who saw the video. He really does make people feel that way.
Stars, none other than Jeff Daniels, and where is he? Jim Carrey.
3. Jim Carrey. Being Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is naturally funny. He doesn't have to work at it. You can't take his attention away, even when he's not the center of attention. People have seen him do silly dances, make funny faces, and jump into conversations without warning. People are sometimes having deep conversations or standing for a nice picture when all of a sudden, Jim is making a funny face or doing something that no one expected. He seems to bring his own little comedy show with him everywhere he goes. The cool thing about Jim Carrey is that you'll laugh no matter what he does next. He makes every moment fun, whether he's in a movie or just standing in the background of a picture. He's just being himself, which is fine. 4. Chris Brown. Fan gets more. Then she paid for one very excited fan paid $1,000 to meet Chris Brown, her favorite singer. The picture was very important to her, so she got dressed up and ready. After a long time, she finally got to take a picture with Chris. Things were going great until they didn't. Someone walked into the picture by mistake right when it was being taken. This person didn't smile or pose. They looked totally lost, like they didn't know a picture was being taken. The fan had paid a lot of money for that beautiful moment. But the photobomb ruined it all. You could picture how upset she must have been, even though it was funny to see. Since she had just spent that much money, she probably wanted everything to go perfectly. We hope she got another picture, this time without the surprise guest and just Chris in it.
Fear. So I think people who watch it will get a pretty good message.
5. Ezra Miller was once just a funny photobomber. People knew Ezra Miller as a funny and fun person to watch on the red carpet before he got into any big trouble. He would often get in the way of women taking shots, which made everyone laugh. While they were taking pictures, Ezra would act silly by trying to pass out or making funny faces behind them. This took away from the main picture. People thought it was all fun at the time. Ezra was just being silly and fun, and it made for a funny moment at events. Fans and cameras would laugh at the strange things he did. Things have changed since then, but it's still fun to remember those times and see how different Ezra's public image was then. What was once just some fun seems very different from the person we see now.
Being loose, too.
Good job, Chris. Good job, Chris.
6. Glenn Big Baby Davis keeps it fun. There's always fun to be had with Glenn Davis, who is also known as Big Baby. Some basketball players were taking serious pictures after the game, but Glenn didn't miss the chance to make things more fun. He jumped right into the picture and laughed at everyone's jokes. Rather than just smiling and standing still like everyone else, he made faces and behaved in a silly way on purpose. Nearby people couldn't help but laugh and enjoy the scene. Yeah, Glenn is like that. He likes to keep things fun and light. He acts like a big kid when he's not on the court. Everyone should have fun and not take things too seriously, he says. People love him as a person and as a player because he is fun to be around. 7. Silky Ganache steals the show. Here we are talking fun red carpet event for a Netflix drag show. Something very funny took place. When drag queen Silky Ganache wanted to have some fun, she stole the show from her fellow queen, Shangela. While Shangela was talking to the camera and doing a serious interview, Silky walked in and began to smile, wave, and make jokes. She didn't hide anything. She walked right into the picture, pretended to be silly, and made everyone laugh. Nearby people couldn't help but laugh because Silky made the whole thing into a comedy show. Shangela didn't get mad, she just laughed it off, showing that she and the other queen are good friends and love making people happy. Fans loved the whole thing so much that it was caught on camera. It made everyone remember why drag shows are so much fun. The energy, the laughs, and the big personalities like Silky's. 8. Andre Agassi is a photo hog. For all that Andre Agassi is a great tennis player, he also has a fun and silly side. Andre just couldn't help himself in the group picture with his friends and other players. He kept jumping in the way of the picture taking and making funny faces every time they tried to get a good shot. People laughed and went along with it at first. It got a little annoying after a few tries, though. To get at least one good picture, they didn't want Andre to mess it up. Someone finally joked out loud, "Andre, stop messing up my pictures." Everyone laughed out loud, even Andre. Of course, he wasn't trying to be mean. He was just joking around and making everyone laugh. Andre is fun to be around when he's not in the game. It can be fun to be the one taking all the pictures. 9. Felix reminds everyone she's the star. When players get together for a picture, it's not always just about smiling. Sometimes it's also about where people stand. A lot of well-known players got together for a picture at one event. The great track and field runner, Allison Felix, on the other hand, made sure no one forgot who the real star was. She walked right up to the group and smiled big, just as the camera was about to click. She did something funny and playful, and it worked. Everyone looked right at her. Not only did she not talk or push anyone, but by standing in front, she stole the show without even trying. The people who saw it thought it was funny and cute. It proved Felix is still great when he's not on the track. What she did in the picture made everyone remember that she's not only fast, but also confident and charming. 10. Justin Rose and Niall Horan. Best buds on the golf course. Justin Rose is a famous pro player who has met a lot of famous people through the sport. Niall Horan, the famous singer from One Direction, is one of his best star friends. One is a big star and the other is a golfer, but their friendship is strong. because they both love golf. When Justin and Niall are together, they often joke around, laugh, or take funny pictures. They love photobombing each other, which means they sneak into each other's pictures and make funny faces. Fans like these surprise times because they show how fun and chill they are. Niall and Justin have played golf together a few times for charity, and they always seem to bring a good mood to the game. They're not just interested in golf, they want to enjoy the day, have fun, and share laughs. Which of these moments did you find the funniest? Tell us in the comments section below. If you enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.